Hello folks, welcome to Data Row Analytics. So we have started the new series for Power BI developer as well as for data analysis. That is nothing but a Power BI interview question asked in a organization. So we are just going to see a real interview question in a different organization. So currently, one of my students have shared a 3 interview question asking his round for TCS. So we have seen the calculate last year sales in previous video. So if you don't watch that video, you can visit the I button and please watch it, and you can jump to this video later on. Okay, so today's our third question asked by the interviewer is like, what is the difference between date scene period and date add? So difference between these two DAX function was asked by interviewer. So we are going to see that those portion. So first I will show you what exactly calculation we have done in a last uh, interview question asked by the interviewer. So here you can see DAX. I will show you here. Okay, so last 7 days sales we have calculated. Okay, so you can see how over here by using dates in period we have calculated, and with the date add also we have calculated the last 7 days sales. Okay, with the date add function. So we are going to see the difference between date add and dates in period. So here you can see this DAX. First one is for dates in period, this one, and second most DAX, this one, last 7 days alternate one. We have calculated using data. You can see over here. Okay, so we are going to see what exactly and why this difference we are getting into the answer. And there is was one more like a third method we have. We just use the filter function to calculate the last 7 days function, last 7 days sales. Okay, so by using the filter function we have calculated. So this two answer we are getting properly, but why there is a problem with this data add? So we are going to see that problem with today's difference. Okay, so we will move to the theoretical portion. I will let you know what exactly happening over there. And okay, so basically what happening, you have seen that in a date scene period and in a date add DAX function we are getting the different values. Why this is happening? This is happening because of the date scene period following the rolling window or rolling calculation, and date add function is following the time shifting mechanism. Means it will shift your values according to the your filter, whatever filter you are passing, according to that it will do the time shifting. That is the major difference between date in period and date add. So just we will look there. Okay, so here you can see over here, here dates in period is used when you have to do the rolling window, means rolling calculation. So it gives the continuous date range. This is important one. So it generates a or create a continuous date range, and used for when you have to do the rolling calculation. For example, you have to do the rolling sum or rolling average. At that time you will use it. So in dates we have to do the like last 7 days sales we have to find out, right? So at that time dates in period is a good option because it will give the continuous date range. For example, if you are choosing the date in a filter that is 10 Jan, from 10 Jan to the 4 Jan, it will give the continuous date range. But what happen in a date add? It shifts the date add filter context. Means time shifting it is doing. For example, with the same date range, date 10 Jan, it will give the returns the 3rd Jan. So one date get excluded. So because of that, you will get the wrong answer. And suppose if you have the additional filter, and in additional filter you are passing the month level filter or something at that time. So for January month, the previous month is nothing but a December, right? So it will return the December. That is how DATEADD is working. It is shifting the time. It is shifted the month. So this is the basic reason you will get the wrong answer. So my question is like, when we are going to use date add. So date add will be very useful when you have to do the period over period calculation. For example, month over month comparison, month over month growth, year over year growth. You have to do. You want to do the calculation at that time. Date add function is very important. So I will show you next slide. So here you can see when rolling calculation you have to do, you will prefer the dates in period. Okay, so this is the correct way to prefer it. Okay, you don't use the date add. But when you have to do the previous month sales or month over month comparison, at that time date add will be a good option for you. So this is how both the function are working. So remember one thing for interview level, as well as your knowledge get also increase. So date seen period generates a continuous range of the date based on the start date, whereas date add shift the existing filter context backward or forward in a time. I will show you how it is working. Okay, we will come to the power base. Suppose you have the this month filter, right? So according to the whatever you have selected in a month filter, it get followed by date add. Okay, so you can see, I will click here and you can able to see the DAX also. So what date add is doing, it is shifting the filter context whatever you pass, and according to that it will give the result. So because of that, you will get the different result in a date in period and date in a add function, date add function. Okay, so please remember that it's very important. Date add, why it is giving the different is giving the different result than the date seen period. The major reason is like it do the time shifting according to the filter context. Okay, and one more point you have to remember, that is, so basically you can see here dates in period, build a new date table internally, and date add requires contiguous date column. So this point is important. If there is any date is missing at that time, date add will fail. So this is very important point. So because of that, suppose in the business you have the missing date, at that time also you are not able to get the proper results. Okay, so when I have to do the rolling calculation, at that time you go with the date dates in period. And suppose you have to do the calculation like period over period, like month over month growth or year over year growth or previous month, then you will prefer the date add function. Okay, so these are the important point I want to show with you guys. Okay, so if you want the content like this video, please like, subscribe and share my YouTube channel. And if you want to send me the real-time interview question that you have faced and you are not able to answer it, please prefer my email ID. You can send me your queries with your it's better that if you share the data also, what was the data shown by or given by interviewer to uh, for that real-time question also. Please try to mention the data also. Okay, then thank you so much for your time. We will meet in the next video.